Are you still relying on milk for calcium? You might be missing out. If you're over 50, chances are someone, your doctor, a commercial, maybe even your parents, told you that drinking milk is the key to keeping your bones strong. You've heard it since childhood. Drink your milk so your bones don't break. But here's something you may not know. There are foods, yes, everyday foods, that actually contain more calcium than milk. Some of them might already be sitting in your kitchen right now. And here's the real surprise. These foods aren't just higher in calcium. Many of them are easier for your body to absorb, gentler on your digestive system, and kinder to your heart. For anyone over 50, especially those who are lactose intolerant, vegan, or simply looking for a healthier way to age, these alternatives may be exactly what your bones are craving. Hi there, and welcome back to the Healthy Life channel. My name is James, and today we're diving into a topic that's much more important than it often gets credit for: calcium. If you've ever struggled with bone health, experienced a fracture, or felt unsure about whether you're getting enough calcium from your diet, this video is for you. Now, I know you've probably heard it before. Calcium is essential for avoiding fractures, maintaining mobility, and staying active. But here's what many people forget. Getting enough calcium is not just about how much you eat, it's also about how well your body absorbs it. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing calcium. This means that even if you're drinking milk every day, like my neighbor Mary did, it might not be enough. Mary is 68, full of life and energy. But last winter, she slipped on her porch and fractured her wrist. She told me, "I thought I was doing everything right. I drink milk every day." Her doctor later explained that the problem wasn't just her milk intake. It was how her body was processing it and the nutrients she was missing that help calcium do its job. This is a common mistake, believing that milk alone will protect your bones. But in reality, calcium comes from many sources, and some of them are far richer, more effective, and better suited to our changing nutritional needs as we age. In today's video, I'm going to share 7 powerful, natural sources of calcium that go beyond the usual. These foods are easy to find, simple to add to your meals, and incredibly effective at strengthening bones. We're not just going to list them. We'll also talk about why they work, how to add them to your daily routine, and the common mistakes to avoid so you get the most out of every bite. So, if you're lactose intolerant, prefer plant-based foods, or just want a smarter, more sustainable way to care for your bones, stay with me. You might just rethink everything you thought you knew about calcium. Before we jump into the list, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had trouble getting enough calcium without relying on dairy? Or maybe you found a food that made a surprising difference in your energy, sleep, or bone strength. If so, share your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else watching today. Now, let's shift our perspective for a moment. When most people hear the word calcium, they picture a tall, cold glass of milk, maybe even with a cookie on the side. It's been deeply ingrained in our culture. But that image, while familiar, is far too limited. Calcium plays a much bigger role in your body than just preventing brittle bones. It supports proper muscle function, including the heart. It helps regulate nerve signals between the brain and the rest of your body. It even plays a role in hormone release and maintaining a steady heartbeat. And yet, millions of adults over 50 are calcium deficient, and they don't even know it. That's because we've been focusing too much on milk and not enough on absorption, balance, and alternatives. The foods you eat alongside calcium, how your gut handles digestion, and whether you're getting enough vitamin D and magnesium all influence how much calcium your body actually uses. What you're about to learn isn't just about eating differently. It's about aging with more strength, stability, and confidence in every step you take. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore 7 everyday foods that can give you more calcium than milk, naturally, deliciously, and in a way that supports your health for years to come. Let's get started. Let's begin our journey through 7 calcium-rich foods with one of the smallest and mightiest seeds on earth. Chia seeds, the tiny giant of bone health. If someone told you that a spoonful of tiny black seeds could help strengthen your bones, you might be skeptical. But chia seeds, the same ones you've seen sprinkled on smoothie bowls or stirred into overnight oats, are one of nature's richest plant-based sources of calcium. Just 100 grams of chia seeds contain over 600 milligrams of calcium. That's more than most dairy products. But the benefits of chia don't stop at calcium. These seeds also contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are excellent for heart and brain health, along with dietary fiber to support digestion and plant-based protein that helps build and maintain muscle. another important factor for maintaining balance and preventing falls as we age. What makes chia seeds truly special is how gentle and adaptable they are, particularly for those over 50. For many, dairy can cause bloating or stomach discomfort, especially as our bodies become more sensitive with age. Chia, on the other hand, is soothing and easily digestible when prepared properly. If you're wondering how to use them, it couldn't be simpler. One of the easiest and most popular ways is to make overnight chia pudding. Just mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with a cup of almond milk, or any milk you prefer. Add a touch of honey or a sprinkle of cinnamon, and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. By morning, it transforms into a creamy, satisfying, calcium-rich breakfast that feels like a treat. One of our longtime viewers, Alan, who's 72, shared something remarkable. After watching one of our previous videos, he began adding chia seeds to his morning yogurt every day. 3 months later, his doctor noted an improvement in his bone density. Now, was it only the chia seeds? Maybe not, but there's no question that small, consistent choices like this can have a big impact over time. The takeaway? Tiny seeds, tiny effort, big rewards. And if chia seeds can make that much difference, wait until you see what's next. Almonds, a crunchy way to support bone strength. Let's talk about something we all do, snacking. Midday hunger is a common visitor, especially in the afternoon. And when the craving hits, it's tempting to reach for something quick and processed, chips, cookies, or crackers. But what if your snack could actually support your bones? Almonds, those familiar, crunchy little nuts, are more than just tasty. They're packed with nutrition that directly supports bone health. Just 100 grams of almonds provide around 260 milligrams of calcium, a meaningful boost toward your daily requirement. But almonds bring even more to the table. They're also an excellent source of magnesium, a mineral that often goes unnoticed but plays a crucial role in helping your body absorb calcium. Without enough magnesium, calcium may not reach your bones efficiently. Instead, it may settle in your arteries, where it can cause more harm than good. Magnesium and calcium are a dream team for bones. Calcium builds the structure, while magnesium guides it to the right place. Add to that the healthy fats in almonds, which support heart health, and vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that protects your cells, and you have a snack that works as hard as you do. Judy, one of our community members, is 65 and shared that she keeps a small glass jar of almonds on her kitchen counter. Every afternoon, instead of cookies, she grabs a handful. She says she feels more energized, and her nails and bones seem stronger than they were just a year ago. Almonds are easy to add to your day. Enjoy them plain as a quick snack, sprinkle them over salads, mix them into yogurt, or pair almond butter with fruit or toast. You can even make your own almond milk at home with just almonds, water, and a blender. It's far easier than most people think. The best part? Unlike many calcium supplements, almonds offer a complete nutritional profile. Your body doesn't just get calcium in isolation, it gets it alongside the nutrients that help it do its job properly. So the next time you feel your energy dip and you're tempted to grab a sugary treat, consider reaching for almonds instead. Your bones and your whole body will thank you. Sesame seeds and tahini, small but mighty for bone health. Sometimes the most powerful nutrients come in the tiniest packages, and sesame seeds are a perfect example. You've probably seen them sprinkled on burger buns or sushi rolls, but what many people don't realize is that sesame seeds are a nutritional powerhouse, especially when it comes to calcium. Just 100 grams of sesame seeds contain nearly 1,000 milligrams of calcium. That's almost 4 times more than what you'll find in a glass of milk. Pretty impressive for something so small, wouldn't you say? But sesame seeds offer much more than calcium alone. They're also rich in magnesium and phosphorus, which are critical for maintaining strong bone structure. Zinc supports bone regeneration, while healthy fats in sesame seeds help reduce inflammation and promote joint comfort. One of the best things about sesame seeds is how easy they are to incorporate into daily meals. There's no need for fancy preparation. You can sprinkle them over salads, roasted vegetables, soups, or rice bowls. They add a lovely crunch and nutty flavor. If you're baking, consider tossing them into muffins, crackers, or homemade bread. And then there's tahini, a creamy paste made from ground sesame seeds. It's a staple in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisine, often blended into dips like hummus or served with lemon juice and garlic as a dressing or spread. Tahini is incredibly versatile, rich in flavor, and packed with nutrients. I remember visiting a friend in Lebanon a few years ago. Every morning, her father, well into his 80s, would enjoy flatbread with a drizzle of olive oil and tahini. He walked several miles a day without a cane, with posture and balance that would put many younger people to shame. That quiet tradition made me think, perhaps we've overlooked something deeply wise in these age-old customs. Now, it's worth noting that sesame seeds are high in oxalates, which may slightly reduce calcium absorption. But if you're eating a balanced diet rich in magnesium and vitamin D, the benefits of sesame seeds still far outweigh the concerns. When used wisely, they can be a small but significant addition to your bone health toolkit. Now, from the land to the sea, let's look at a food that may surprise you with its calcium content. Sardines with bones, nature's calcium capsule. If you're like most people, sardines probably don't top your shopping list. They have a strong flavor, they come in cans, and let's be honest, they still have bones. But those bones? That's exactly where the magic lies. When eaten whole, bones and all, sardines are one of the richest animal-based sources of calcium available. Just 100 grams can provide around 380 milligrams of calcium. The tiny bones in sardines are soft enough to chew and digest easily, making them a safe and effective way to strengthen your skeleton. But sardines are more than just a calcium source. They also contain vitamin D, which is essential for calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to use calcium properly, often allowing it to settle in places it shouldn't, like arteries instead of bones. This is one of the reasons why calcium supplements alone can sometimes backfire. Sardines solve this puzzle naturally by combining calcium and vitamin D in one balanced, bioavailable package. They're also high in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support heart and brain health, and they offer high-quality protein that helps maintain muscle mass as we age, a critical factor for balance, mobility, and injury prevention. My Uncle Joe, now in his 70s, used to avoid sardines altogether. He said they were too fishy, but after his cardiologist recommended them for their heart and bone benefits, he decided to give them a second chance. Now, sardines on toast with lemon juice have become a weekly routine for him. He says his energy has improved, and he feels more stable when walking. If you're not a fan of eating sardines straight from the can, don't worry. There are easy and delicious ways to enjoy them. Mix them into a tomato-based pasta sauce, make a sardine salad with mustard, herbs, and chopped veggies, or simply mash them onto whole grain crackers with sliced cucumber. They're more versatile than they seem, and the rewards are worth it. So yes, bones and all, these little fish are a treasure chest for your health. If you're looking for a food that delivers calcium, vitamin D, and heart-healthy fats all at once, sardines may be one of the smartest additions you can make to your diet. And speaking of smart choices, we've still got 3 more calcium-rich foods coming your way, including one that's probably already in your fridge, and another that may completely change the way you think about greens. Tofu, calcium set, the vegan superfood you might be missing. If you've ever browsed the plant-based section of your grocery store, tofu might already be on your radar. But here's a detail many people overlook. Not all tofu is the same when it comes to calcium. The secret lies in the way it's made. Tofu made with calcium sulfate, often labeled as calcium-set tofu, is a quiet powerhouse for bone health. In just 100 grams, you can get around 350 milligrams of calcium, right in line with a glass of milk. The difference? It's entirely plant-based, cholesterol-free, and gentle on the digestive system. This matters more than ever as we age. Many people over 50 develop lactose intolerance or experience discomfort after consuming dairy. Calcium-set tofu offers a safe, natural, and effective alternative for maintaining strong bones without the side effects that can come with milk or cheese. But calcium isn't all that tofu brings to the table. It's rich in plant-based protein, which helps maintain lean muscle mass, a key factor for balance and fall prevention. It also contains magnesium for calcium absorption and iron for energy and oxygen transport. The best part? Tofu is famously versatile. It takes on the flavors of whatever you cook it with: sweet, savory, spicy, or mild. Stir-fry tofu with broccoli and garlic for a dinner packed with calcium. Blend soft tofu into smoothies to make them creamier and more filling. Or bake tofu cubes with olive oil and herbs for a crispy, satisfying snack. I remember meeting Carol, a retired nurse in her 60s, at a wellness seminar. She had been struggling with high cholesterol and decided to cut back on animal products. "I never thought I'd like tofu," she told me, but now I crave it. I add it to everything. Her doctor praised the shift, and her blood work and bone scans began to improve. It's a great example of how one small change, like choosing the right kind of tofu, can ripple into larger benefits. The takeaway? Tofu isn't just a meat substitute. With the right kind, you're also nourishing your bones. Now, from the kitchen to the garden, let's talk about a leafy green that's become a health food icon, and its lesser-known cousin that might be even better. Kale versus collard greens, the calcium showdown. Kale has gotten a lot of attention in recent years. You've seen it in smoothies, salads, even baked into chips. It's earned its reputation as a nutrient-dense green. But while kale is impressive, collard greens quietly offer even more in the calcium department. Let's compare. Kale provides about 150 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams, and the calcium it contains is highly bioavailable, which means your body can absorb it well. But collard greens offer even more, around 230 milligrams per 100 grams, and they come loaded with other key nutrients like vitamins K, A, and C, all of which play supporting roles in maintaining healthy bones and connective tissue. Here's what makes both of these greens especially helpful for calcium. They're low in oxalates. That's important because oxalates, found in foods like spinach and beet greens, can interfere with calcium absorption. So when you eat kale or collards, more of the calcium actually makes its way to your bones. I once spoke with James, a retired teacher and lifelong gardener. He grew collard greens in his backyard and ate them almost every day, usually sautéed with a little garlic and olive oil. When his doctor checked his bone density, it was well above average for his age. James just smiled and said, "Must be the greens." It's a simple reminder. Sometimes the most powerful tools for our health are the ones we've been using all along. A daily portion of leafy greens can do more than support digestion or lower cholesterol. It can actively help build and protect bone mass. So whether it's kale in a smoothie or collards with your dinner, don't underestimate the strength that comes from a humble green leaf. We've now explored 6 remarkable foods that offer more calcium than milk: chia seeds, almonds, sesame seeds, sardines with bones, calcium-set tofu, and leafy greens. Each one delivers not only calcium but a full spectrum of nutrients your body needs to absorb and use that calcium properly. But we're not done yet. Coming up next is the final food on our list. It's one you've probably eaten before, but maybe never thought of as a bone-building essential. This last item may surprise you, not just because of its calcium content, but because of what it brings to the table in terms of taste, tradition, and whole-body wellness. Kale or collard greens? The honest truth. So, which one is better, kale or collard greens? The truth is, they're both excellent, and they each bring their own strengths to the table. Kale is fantastic raw, in smoothies, salads, or sandwiches, while collard greens shine in warm, cooked dishes like stews and sautés. Rather than choosing one over the other, try rotating them throughout your week. Giving your bones a variety of nutrients is one of the smartest things you can do. But before we wrap up this list, there's one more important topic we need to discuss, because even the most calcium-rich food won't help if your body can't absorb it properly. Boosting calcium absorption, the nutrients that help, and the ones that hurt. You've started adding more bone-building foods like chia seeds, almonds, tofu, and greens to your plate, which is a fantastic step. But many people stop there, without realizing that how your body absorbs calcium is just as important as how much you eat. To truly benefit, your body needs a few key nutrients, and you'll want to avoid a few common blockers as well. Let's start with the helpers. Vitamin D is calcium's best friend. Without it, your body struggles to absorb calcium no matter how much you consume. You can get vitamin D through direct sunlight, fortified foods, or fatty fish like sardines and salmon. Magnesium plays a critical role in converting vitamin D into its active form and directing calcium to where it belongs, your bones. You'll find magnesium in leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Vitamin K2, while less talked about, is incredibly important. It helps keep calcium out of your arteries and sends it straight to your bones. It's found in fermented foods like natto, hard cheeses, and egg yolks. Now, the blockers. High salt intake causes your body to excrete calcium through urine. Too much caffeine may slightly reduce absorption, so moderation is key. And oxalates, found in spinach, beet greens, and rhubarb, can bind to calcium and block absorption. That doesn't mean you have to avoid these foods entirely. Just be mindful of how often you rely on them as a calcium source. I had a friend, Grace, who was taking a high-dose calcium supplement every day, yet her bone density still dropped. Her doctor discovered she was severely low in vitamin D. After adjusting her routine, adding a short daily walk in the sun and a small supplement, her levels improved significantly. The lesson is not always about more calcium. It's about creating the right environment for your body to use it well. How much calcium do you really need? Now that we've covered the sources and the science, let's talk numbers. How much calcium do you actually need? According to the National Institutes of Health, men between ages 51 and 70 need about 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily. Women in that same age range and all adults over 70 need 1,200 milligrams per day. That may sound like a lot, but it's quite manageable when spread across 3 meals and a snack. Here's how it might look. Morning, chia pudding 180 milligrams. Lunch, tofu stir-fry 350 milligrams. Snack, a handful of almonds 100 milligrams. Dinner, collard greens 230 milligrams. Add a splash of calcium-fortified plant milk, and you're right on target. Need help tracking your intake? Keep it simple. Use a food diary, a note on your phone, or an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to log your meals. Or take a page from my aunt's book. She used a whiteboard in her kitchen to track her daily calcium sources. Each time she added one to a meal, she checked it off. She said it made healthy eating feel more like a game than a task, and it helped her stay consistent. Consistency, not perfection, is what keeps bones strong over time. Your 7-Day Strong Bones Challenge. We've talked about foods, nutrients, and numbers, but now it's time to put it all into action. Here's a simple challenge to try this week. I call it the 7-Day Strong Bones Challenge. Each day, include one of the 7 calcium-rich foods we've covered. Mix and match based on your preferences. Here's a sample schedule to inspire you. Day 1, add chia seeds to your oatmeal or smoothie. Day 2, snack on almonds or almond butter toast. Day 3, make a tahini dressing or sprinkle sesame seeds on your salad. Day 4, enjoy sardines on toast or in pasta. Day 5, stir-fry calcium-set tofu with veggies. Day 6, make a kale salad or sauté collard greens with garlic. Day 7, combine a few of your favorites for a nourishing, bone-boosting meal. As a bonus, track how you feel. Notice any changes in energy, digestion, or even sleep. Sometimes small shifts lead to the biggest results. When the week is up, come back and share your experience in the comments. Tell us what you tried, what you liked, and what you'll keep doing. You never know, you might inspire someone else to take their first step toward stronger bones. If this video helped you see calcium differently, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and tap the bell so you never miss future videos packed with practical, natural ways to stay strong and healthy after 50. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to your body, and stay strong. You've got this.